Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got some news out of Raleigh where Governor Stein and the DHHS have announced that they are going to be erasing a massive amount of medical debt. Governor Josh Stein and the Department of Health and Human Services have announced the North Carolina's Medical Debt Relief Program, which will relieve 2.5 million North Carolinians of their medical debt from the last year. This debt forgiveness is going to cover more than $6.5 billion. Governor Stein said, quote, "Medical debt is a tremendous weight, keeping so many families from financial security, and unlike most other forms of debt, it's not a choice. Today's announcement will free people from financial stress so they can focus on getting healthy. I thank Governor Roy Cooper, DHHS Secretary Cody Kinsley, and the hospitals that partnered with the state of North Carolina to make this life-changing news possible. I urge the General Assembly to keep this momentum going by coming back to the table and fully funding Medicaid," end quote. Now, through this program, the governor says that eligible hospitals have been signed in to participate in debt relief with the aim of mitigating future debt accrual. Now, those who are eligible for the program are from low and middle income households. The department offers an extensive FAQ webpage for their new program. You can find that by following a link on our website, WITN.com. And in other news, we have word from Pitt County deputies of an arrest that happened after a man was spotted driving around Bethel. A Pitt County deputy was patrolling Main Street when they spotted a vehicle with a fake tag. The driver, 45-year-old James Gardner, ran from the deputy but was caught and arrested after a brief struggle, according to a news release. Now, deputies say a knife and stun gun were found on Gardner, while crack cocaine was discovered in the vehicle. The 45-year-old man was charged with driving while license revoked, fictitious tag, resist, delay, and obstruct, carrying concealed weapons, possession of cocaine, and a probation violation. Gardner remains in jail on a $67,000 secured bond. And in sports news, coming up tonight, former ECU pitcher, I should say, Trey Yesavage will be starting Game 2 of the ALCS in Toronto. Now, the Blue Jays are going to be taking on my very own Seattle Mariners, so this puts me in a little bit of a quandary. First pitch goes out at 5 p.m. today on Fox. Now, the Mariners lead the series 1-0 after beating the Blue Jays 3-1 yesterday in Toronto. Now, Yesavage's last outing was against the Yankees in Game 2 of the AL Division Series when he tossed over 5 no-hit innings with 11 strikeouts. Should be a very fun game to watch, especially with a former Pirate on the mound. Now, as far as our forecast goes, we've got, again, clouds over us today. We will likely see most of those clouds stick with us again coming up for tomorrow. But after that, we finally get to enjoy a little bit more sunshine. I know everybody is wondering, okay, when can we get rid of these clouds? We had them over the weekend. Let's move it on. Let's see something different. That something different will come once that area of high pressure starts to expand over the Carolinas. Right now, it's pretty much centered over Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. But as we head through your Tuesday and Wednesday, that high is going to get bigger and bigger, eventually forcing a lot of the cloud cover out into the Atlantic and leaving us with a very sunny forecast once we get into the tail end of this week. Again, we have got nothing but sunshine planned for Thursday and Friday, maybe a little bit of cloud cover there for Saturday, but even then, calling it a mostly sunny start to the weekend, and those mostly sunny skies will likely carry over into Sunday. But before we start getting too far ahead of ourselves, right now, again, it is cloudy from I-95 all the way to Highway 12. It is, again, going to remain cloudy for those areas, all of eastern North Carolina. Now, we again had some rain showers along the coast earlier today. There you can kind of see some spots of green just kind of dancing around. Not a whole lot there right now. We really aren't going to see much in terms of rainfall here over the next few days. Tomorrow, a slim chance of maybe a few coastal showers showing up, but air temperatures will start to rebound once we get a little bit more sunshine overhead. Right now, most of us in the mid to upper 60s. compared to where we were yesterday. That puts most of us about 3 to 8 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday. There are a few areas showing up with some warmer temperatures, but the northerly wind that's bringing in that cooler and drier air is still present throughout the region, coming in at about a 6 to 15 mile per hour clip at this hour. We will see those winds gradually calm down later on tonight, but air temperatures will again be getting cool, if not cold, later on this week. Coming up for tomorrow morning, we will start out in the mid to upper 50s, mostly cloudy skies. There will be a chance of a few sun breaks through the day, but I think you'll have a better opportunity for those sun breaks coming in over the second half of your Tuesday versus the first half. But regardless, you're not going to see much. It's again going to be brief, maybe a few little spots of blue, nothing you want to go kind of planning your day around. We will see far more sunshine coming up as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Over that time period, air temperatures will go on a little bit of a roller coaster. Coming up for tomorrow, we're back in the mid to upper 60s, similar to today. Then on Wednesday, get a little bit of sunshine and we bump right on back into the mid 70s, 74 degrees on Wednesday. Back to the upper 60s on Thursday and Friday after a dry cold front rolls in late Wednesday evening. That will cool us down a bit over the Thursday, Friday time period, but we should rebound off of that fairly quickly, going from 68 degrees on Thursday, 69 on Friday, back to the mid 70s by Saturday, low 80s coming up on Sunday. Now there is a chance of rain coming in on Sunday, maybe a little bit more cloud cover present over the weekend than what we'll see again over Thursday and Friday. But Pirate football fans, you guys have to be very pleased with this forecast. One thing I do want all the Pirate football fans to note, it might be a good idea to pack some warmer clothes because overnight lows in the mid 40s. Yeah, we're not going to see, the fourth quarter end up in the mid 40s, but it will be cooler. And if you're sitting on those metal stands can kind of sap the heat from you fairly quickly. So again, plan accordingly. It will be chilly, if not cold, coming up for the end of the Pirate game. That's on Thursday. That's all we have time for today's 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at 7:15 a.m. with Jim and Gigi. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here coming up tomorrow.